Welcome back to The Sobering Truth. This is your host Alira, and today I have two special guests with me. This is Dr. Jazz and researcher Lani. In this episode of The Sobering Truth, it is more of a sad one. We'll be discussing the dangers of underage drinking.
Hey Lyra, thank you for having me today to discuss this with you and to provide more in-depth details to what alcohol is doing to our bodies.
Yes, thank you for having me today to share some of my research into underage drinking and what it's doing to teens' bodies all around Australia.
So I've brought you two onto the podcast today to shed some light on the effects of underage drinking, particularly the not understanding the true outcomes of doing it in an unsafe environment and an unsafe amount.
Yes, we are here to talk about the facts of a real-life story of the effects of underage drinking.
I will also talk about how my job affects how I deal with my kids and the drinking culture at their age.
So tell me about your research and some of the shocking things you've learned.
In 2022 to 2023, 31% of young people aged 14 to 17 had consumed alcohol in the previous 12 months. This may not sound so bad until you realise that in Australia, 13% of deaths among Australians aged 14 to 17 are alcohol related, and around 200 Australians aged 15 to 24 are admitted to hospital due to alcohol related causes each week.
Oh my god, you never actually realise the effects of alcohol for teenagers. I mean, I feel like we all drank at a party once or twice underage, but 13% of young deaths caused by that it's shocking.
And this is only a start of it, with more underage Australians being able to access fake IDs without knowing the effects and what their bodies can handle is causing detrimental effects on their young growing bodies.
This is only the beginning. A few years ago, a young girl named Paris Camper, a 15-year-old girl from the eastern states, didn't know the true effects of alcohol. She was found unresponsive in her house with an alcoholic cocktail recipe on her laptop. When taken to hospital, her BAC was 1.4%, well into lethal levels. She had consumed a deadly amount of alcohol, but was later revealed she had multiple cans of energy drinks with the alcohol, which assisted in her death.
See, these are the major problems we can't stop underage drinking, but we can help educate them on the medical side of it and the morbid reality of excessive drinking.
Wow, she died at 15 due to a silly mistake. We really must help educate the children of Perth and around Australia of the problems that come from drinking, not only on the growing brain, but the way it instantly affects the body, causing it to shut down.
It's a sad truth around the effects of underage drinking without the proper knowledge.
Obviously, as a doctor specialising in this topic, you feel some way about it. But as a mother, how does your connection to this topic affect you?
I worry for my kids, and it's scary to know that they could get themselves into this situation. My oldest is 16, so she's at that age where they start experimenting with drugs and alcohol, and I know if I freak out, I'll push her away.
That must be hard knowing you can't stop it. How have you made a safe environment for them to be able to talk to you?
I've educated her on what is dangerous and what the results of her actions would be, and just pray that she listens.
That must be hard for you to know everything that happens that no one talks about, and knowing that you physically can't stop it. I know when I was her age, my parents never spoke to me about the dangers, so at my levers I got alcohol poisoning and got really sick, ending up in the hospital.
We just want to make sure our young people know how to drink safely at their levers experience to get the most out of it.
In no way are we trying to tell the younger generation to not drink, as we have seen what that does in Paris Camper's story. We just want to educate them on how to do it safely.
That wraps up today's episode. Next week we'll be joined by researcher Lani and Dr. Jasmine again, as they discuss the safe ways to drink.